Hey guys, Ben Latocki here with Production Realty. Welcome to the show. I
Mhm.
have something really special for you guys today. I am sitting down with one of our rising stars here at Production Realty, Miss Lindsey Torcolacci.
Hi.
Welcome. So
Good
Lindsay
morning.
just hit her 2 year mark in the real estate business, and it's no small thing hitting your 2 year mark, right? And we at Production Realty we really celebrate the 2 year mark because in fact only about 11% of agents actually make it to the 2 year mark. That number fluctuates a little bit, but it's pretty consistent year over year. So we celebrate it because we have this 1 year milestone and this 2 year milestone, but the 2 year milestone is significant because most agents at this level, you've gotten some decent sales under your belt, and this is when I feel like agents' careers really take off. And so, like a rising star like Lindsay um, is about ready to explode. So I wanted to welcome you
Thank you.
to the 11% club.
Thank you.
Okay, you have earned the right to have your very own 11% club coffee
Thank
mug
you.
at the office,
Oh,
and we also have a decal for your vehicle, 11% club decal for
nice.
your vehicle. So, but I wanted to interview you and ask you some questions about these first 2 years because I feel like there's a lot of realtors out there that are either brand new to the business, a year or two in and struggling,
Mhm.
or maybe they're just researching this industry and they want to know what does it take to be successful in this industry. So, Lindsay also joined at a crazy time
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
I 2 years ago, me and my wife got married,
Yep.
and you joined
Yep.
the firm like the week
The week before.
before.
Yep.
So it was a very chaotic time, but she stuck with production and with me. And I appreciate that because I know it was a crazy time in my life, and I'm sure it was crazy here at the office. But 2 years in, you're still
Yep.
standing strong,
Yep.
and I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
That puts you in the top 11% of all agents in the entire country just by reaching this 2 year mark, which is exciting. I'm excited for you. So
Thanks.
what do you think has been one of the biggest factors in your staying power to make it to this point? What is one of the biggest factors?
So coming into real estate, I have an accounting and business development background. That's where I came from. And when I first met you, you were like, if you just follow me and you do the things that I tell you to do, you're gonna be successful. And I was like, what do we gotta do? So like I remember the first week we met, we did a few fundraisers, and then of course he got ready to leave and he's like, here, I'm gonna give you a packet and you're gonna do all these things while I'm gone on my vacation. And when I get back, I want to see that most of them are done. So like I have a check mark here, check mark there, going to people's open houses, going to people's listing appointments, checking in on them and following up with a bunch of the agents here that are already successful. I want to follow behind them, of course. So I did that while you were gone
Yeah,
to
I
start.
I do think, surrounding yourself with other successful agents and watching how they operate,
Yeah.
you can't teach it in a classroom.
No.
You just
Mm-mm.
I
No.
can't tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
You almost and every agent builds their business and they develop a personality in this industry that's unique to them.
Right.
And just like you,
Right.
um, and but watching other agents is
Yeah.
I think a great way to
Yeah.
kind of rise to the top.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Pick up one of their niches and see if it works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, you make it
yeah,
your way.
yeah.
Yep.
What have you ever did you ever think over the last 2 years? Did you ever think about quitting? Was there a
I
moment?
had times where I maybe wanted to give up on a certain situation.
Okay.
I don't think I ever wanted to quit real estate because I really, really, really like it. But there's situations where I'm like, I do not know what to do and how to
Mm-hmm.
help this person. But then I'm just like, I just go to you. And then I'm just
Yeah.
like, what can we do? Here's everything. And you were like, okay, let's tackle this, let's tackle that. And then we tackled it and then we were able to get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best bet.
So
Yep.
I before the interview started, I said, I know a lot of these answers, but you guys might not, right?
Right.
Like if
Yeah.
you're sitting there thinking about joining a firm or a brokerage or getting into the real estate industry, like I feel like these are fantastic questions that agents might have,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
you have no idea sometimes.
Right, right. Um, how did you get your first few clients? I'm sure people want to know that.
So I sat in the office. I didn't leave. I would sit here like an 8 hour day. Even though like you don't have like we don't have desk times at this particular firm and we don't have a lot of times that we have to be on the phone. But if I sat at the office, I had my own phone, my Facebook, and then the phone that's here, and I would hope it would ring. And I did. I got some floor calls that came through and then navigated it with you
Mhm.
being brand new. I'm like, well, let me make sure I do this correctly. And so I came in August. So August to December, I had 3 transactions that fully closed and pretty successful. Not too many hiccups.
Right.
So,
Now, and those we call them floor calls. Floor
mm-hmm,
calls are
mm-hmm,
where a customer
yep.
calls the office for whatever reason, whatever question they might have. And one of the things I've noticed about Lindsay is you are phenomenal on the phone. You have great sales skills and the ability to take a call, befriend them, earn trust right away, get them in the office for an
Yeah.
appointment, and then once you're face to face,
Yeah.
then you're fine. And you're, but I think a lot of agents struggle with that
Yeah.
one step, and you're really really good
Yeah.
at
Yeah, there's some secrets to it, so I keep those pretty close, but
it.
there's a there's some good ways to finagle that
You've
and
been
get around
in
it.
sales conversions
Oh yeah.
before in other
Oh
careers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like 16 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
so she brought with her
Yeah.
a big skill set for sure. What kind of strategies are still working for you today to gain clients and leads?
Just being out in the public and just being available. I'm always answering my phone if it rings. It's very rare that I put it on silent unless I'm sleeping. It's always ringing and I'll answer it even if I don't know the number.
Yeah,
And then being out in the community, I do a ton of community work. I'm in Jackson, I'm in Grass Lake majority of my time, and getting ready and geared up for school. School's right around the corner, and so I help all out with the school. I have a small job with them that I help out with bowling, and just kind of going from there and just in people's faces, just kind of being like, "Hey, how are you doing all this?" And I'm like, "I'm
yeah,
just that's what I do. I'm
yeah.
just like a mom. That's what I do. Just
I
do it."
I've always said that like community involvement is a real gift to us as as an industry because we are able to build our own schedule.
Yeah.
I don't have to go ask my boss if I can volunteer
Right.
at this function. It's just part of my decision making process
Mm-hmm.
of my day. And so if it's something that I'm interested in and I have a passion for, I can volunteer and help this organization and also get my name out, meet other people in the community. It's
Mm-hmm.
win-win
Yeah.
for us in this industry. It's
Yeah.
really
My other job, you'd have to ask or be picked. So like when we did community involvement, when I worked at a different career for a dealership, they handpicked people because they wouldn't send us all because then they wouldn't have a business.
mhm,
And then when I got out of that and got into real estate, I was like, I'm still gonna do this. So I'd call the head runner because I already knew who they were, and I'm
mhm.
like, I want to do this. Like, what do I got to do to help you out full
Yeah.
time? Because I miss this. Like, and I'm not gonna do it on my dime. Like the company would pay us to go, and I'm like, no, I still want to do it. I don't need to be paid. I just
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah.
So I was already doing it before I jumped into real estate. I'd already been in a bunch of mixes and
Yeah.
been doing this.
What kind of organizations do you like to volunteer for? Just so that people out there can go, okay, that's I, because I've always told people
Yeah.
like pick something you're passionate about.
I guess it kind of depends because I really, really like kids. And even though I have 5 of them,
Yeah,
I like them. So
yeah,
I like to go into the mentor side of things. Big Brother, Big Sister has always been a big one to me. Now coaching the kids for bowling has well, obviously my kids bowl, but coaching them has been very helpful because I'm already there. So that was
yeah,
helpful in that. And then meeting Steve over at the Interface Shelter and then helping the kids that are in there. And then going into there, me and Matt Bicknell, we go over there regularly. So we know like their whole crew. They're so excited when they see us. And then we like the kids. So like when we food prep the residents get to come down and they get to have like a pre-meal or a snack beforehand, and the kids are always come down, they're like, can we have a banana, can we have an apple? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's really exciting to see the
Yeah.
kids down there running around before the outside community comes in for lunch, so we
That's
get to see all
fantastic.
that, so that's kind of cool
I
too.
just love your like
Yeah.
passion for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's it's
I'm
it's
a little,
contagious,
I'm a
It's
little
contagious.
obsessed.
Yeah, I love it.
And then in Grass Lake, I'm out at the chamber. I'm out doing the things with Kiwanis, and then out helping them navigate through all that. And that's a lot. We're trying to bring back Grass Lake's chamber, bring back the businesses,
Mhm.
and help them out, get them, on a roll, because we kind of went down in COVID. So
Yeah, during
now we're
COVID.
bringing that back.
Well, funny thing
Um,
during COVID, because we have an office in Grass Lake. I grew up in Grass Lake,
yeah.
and during COVID, I don't know if our bill didn't get processed or something. So at some point
Yeah.
along the years, I was like, how am I not a member of the chamber? And
Right.
so there,
Yeah.
I think that happened to other businesses too. And you guys have
Right.
really done a good job of relaunching
Yeah.
that chamber with a lot of really great networking events,
Yep.
community events. Um, and so that's what I love, that
Yeah.
idea of diving into the community, because
Mhm.
you're going to meet other leaders in the
Yeah.
community, and your name's going to get out there. And if you do good things come to you, I feel like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
And I just love the people I get to meet and get to help. That's the excitement
yeah.
of it, and getting to know them, and then doing dinner with them, doing lunch with them, doing life with them.
Yeah.
That's just me. Yeah.
All right. So,
Okay.
as a new agent, 2 years in, top 11% of all
Mm.
agents in the country to this point, what what does your typical day look like, or your typical work week look like right now?
At first, it was a little hard to figure that out, but now I've set it up where Mondays I'm at broker power hour that you do, and then normally I'm making calls to brand new people that I don't have like in my sphere yet, people that are strangers, hoping that they're going to answer the phone, and then I have I do have current clients that need to look for homes, so I'm setting up showing times for them, whether it be 3 to 5 homes. Hopefully they're picking one within the 3 to 5, and then going from there, making sure, of course, the pre-approvals are set up with current lenders that are in town as well. So calling lenders, making sure that the progress is coming along.
Hmm.
And then I have some pending stuff going on, so following up with them, making sure the appraisal has happened, the inspections have happened, everybody's on the same page, and then getting to the closing dates on those. So as I've gone through all these, now into year 2, it just depends on who is like kind of like urgent. So
Yeah.
I will put urgency, if it's got to be a closing, if it's got to be an inspection or appraisal first, over some, but then I follow in line, and I make sure that my schedule allows for all the things to happen for everybody that it needs to happen
Yeah.
for.
I always tell people you got
Yeah.
like all your pending transactions.
Yeah.
So what I define kind of as pending is a buyer has hired you,
Right.
or a seller has hired you. Now you have a client. You got to go to work for them, right?
Yep.
You got to find them a house. You got to sell their house. A lot of agents make the mistake of letting their pending clients consume their entire week,
Right.
and they don't spend any time looking for new clients
Right.
to replace those when you're done with that job, when you're done with that project, right? So I think I've seen you do a really good job of this. Even though that can be really time consuming when you have
Oh
clients,
yeah, I can.
you still are good at setting aside time to, we call it prospect, and
Yeah.
try to find new business
Yeah,
to
networking. Yeah.
replace that business when it's done, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do tons of networking, tons, like probably more than I should. Like I said, I'm out in the community, Jackson, whether it be Grass Lake, Jackson area, um, gone all the way into Chelsea for some stuff out there with the chamber. So
You know
that's always great too.
you know what I say about networking?
Maybe.
I'm sure you've heard me say it.
Oh, probably.
I say you're either networking or
Or
you're
not
not
working.
working.
Yeah. No, I have heard you say that. I was like, what am I supposed to
I know. Sorry, that's a cheesy one. All right. So, what kind of advice could you give to a brand new agent who's just thinking about getting started? Something you wish you knew when you started.
So definitely look to the agents that are in your office that are already rising stars, already at the top of their game. I sit in this office and I'll hear their conversations, and they know that we can all hear each other, and the information stays here. But learning how they're talking and learning how they're helping also helps me as well. And then not like giving up. So like if I have something that I'm in a standstill with, I'm like, I have no idea how I'm getting over this hill. I come to you, or hopefully one of those agents that already knows the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Especially your wife, Kitty Ann. She's in this office very often as well. She's very
Mm-hmm.
helpful to a few of us that are already coming in here.
Yeah.
She's always willing to help and chip in if need be. So her John as well, John Ferguson.
Yeah.
He's been one of my main helpers. I'll sit in here for hours with him, and he'll just tell me stories or tell me how he navigated something that he was not sure he was going to overcome. And he's been in this business for a while too. So
Yeah.
they're very, very, very helpful being here, and you know they're going to be here. Like you don't have to call them and say, "Are you going to come?"
Right.
Like you know that they're going to be here.
Right.
That's very helpful. As a new agent coming in here and being like, "Oh, a friendly face is going to be able to help me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I always say too is like all of these top producers, they started as brand new agents
Right.
at some
Right.
point in their career as well. And so we have a culture of, you know, of helping the new agents because
Mm-hmm.
somebody helped me when I got in the business.
Right.
Somebody helped my wife Kitty when she got in the business. Somebody helped John. And we've all had those relationships.
Yep.
And so we always try to give back
Yeah.
to the new agents, and that's just a culture
Yeah.
thing.
And I want to be helpful. I want to get to that level that I
Yeah,
can be
you
helpful.
will.
I know some of the answers right now, but navigating contracts and whatnot. But when it comes to like something that I've never heard of, I'm like, geez, I need to know this too. Let's learn together. Let's figure this out.
The other thing I can tell you guys too is, as a broker, I see a direct correlation between agents that show up every single day as a new agent and their level of success, much more likely to succeed than
Right.
agents that sign up. And a lot of agents, when they get into this career, they also have another career. We call it
Right.
like a dual career. And that can be challenging because if you're not in the office, a lot of that organic education and the floor calls and a lot of that that stuff takes longer to develop.
Yeah.
You can still do it,
Yeah.
but it takes longer to
Yeah.
develop if you're not in the office.
It's just more timing and being able to set the appropriate times
Yeah.
to have your other full-time job and to take this on. But I left my career on purpose. I wanted to make sure that I was fully available to customers, to clients,
Yeah.
to my family, to the community. I knew that when I made that decision to leave my job, that was what I was going to do. And I was going to like hit the ground running.
Yeah,
So
it
I told
definitely
my
is.
husband and he was like, oh, okay, yeah, go do that. Go do that. I was like, I'm going to go do it.
He's got to be super proud of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Super proud of you.
Yeah,
You've really, like I said, when I introduced Lindsay, I said she's a rising star, and I'm dead serious. She's
Thanks.
you are just fantastic at this. You have a real talent for communicating well with our customers, negotiating well
Yeah.
with other agents, and smoothly holding people's hands through what can be a very, very challenging
Oh, yeah.
process.
Yeah.
I mean, buying a house or vacant land or a commercial property
Yeah.
has
It's
got to
huge.
be one of the most challenging purchases that you make in your life.
Yeah.
And she does a really good job of making it look easy, smoothing things
Kinda.
out,
Yeah, yeah.
so that we get to the finish line and we actually are able to close the transaction and
Right.
either sell or buy that piece of property. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
Proud of you.
thank you.
So now that you've hit this 2-year mark and you have earned your very own 11% coffee mug, 11% club coffee mug, what's next? What's next for Lindsay?
So this year I'm hitting the ground running. I'm going for my associate broker's license. To come up
Nice,
right under.
nice.
Oh, yeah, I'm going for it.
I heard a
Yep.
rumor that you were
Yep.
gonna maybe do that. So
Yep, I'm going for it. I won't leave production. I'll have my broker's license with you and still navigate this. I love this company literally, and then love real estate. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So what a associate broker's license is in Michigan? If you're watching this, we are in the state of Michigan. We have 2 real estate licenses you can earn: the sales associate license, which you have now, and then you can have your broker's license. Okay, and at Production Realty, I encourage agents to take that next step and get their broker's license, which is a much higher level of education than a sales agent, but you have to be in the business for a few years under a broker to get your associate broker's license. And I think it's so important that we have a different pay structure for associate brokers. We pay associate brokers, more than we pay sales agents. So I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I want to be able to learn more and know more for customers, clients, community. I want to know all things real estate.
yeah.
For sure. I definitely I'll definitely never know all things. Every day will be a
Oh yeah,
learning day.
I learned something
I
every
know
day.
that for a fact. But to navigate it and be able to know who we need to call, where we need to go, how we need to get there, and doing it with my broker's license, it's going to be my best bet for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so what I love about agents that take that next step to get their broker's license is it really shows a dedication to the industry.
Yeah.
Agents don't do that
No.
step if
No.
they're not serious
Yeah.
about it. And
And
so,
when some people are like, I don't need it. I don't need it. It's not even a need thing for me. It's like I want it
yeah,
for my own personal, you know, rising and whatnot and coming up in this lovely, job. So,
yeah.
yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
good. It's
And
good.
this
It's good
career.
for like
Yeah.
your resume. When you're talking
Yeah.
with clients, you can say, I'm a broker,
Yep.
right? When you're talking with even with other agents, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
as a profession, I can think when I think of another firm, I can kind of remember that so and so has their broker's license,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and uh, and it's a different level of respect that I have for the agents that take
Yeah.
that step. So
Nice.
I'm super proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Um, all right, guys, want to wrap this up?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we have an appointment to head to,
Yes.
so we
Got
got to
another
get
meeting.
so we got to get going. Ben Latocki with Production Realty. Thank you for watching. We love you guys. If you have any questions about real estate, don't hesitate to ask, and we can answer them right here on the Ben Latocki Show. So, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Congratulations to
Thank you.
you again on your big achievement,
Thank you.
making it to the top 11% of all realtors in the nation. It's quite the feat. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye.